Dude, I have a few more things here, but how long have we been going? We're not going to talk bad about anyone. No, man, I want to talk bad. We wanted to talk bad about you. Come on, feel free to talk bad about me. Yeah. Dude, did you jot down some things? Is there any point you find interesting? We went through everything. We also talked here on The Voice. Did you participate in any other shows like that on Globo?
No, no, right.
No. And you showed up too. I said it was a denunciation. We made the album as a denunciation. No, but one thing is, I don't know. If you felt it, it's because a lot of people from The Voice have been here. Right? The Silver of the Face. Know the show? It's a very intense work vibe. Dude, it's a lot in a very short period. Did you feel that, or for you? So, how are you doing with her?
I'm kind of an alcoholic in that sense. I like to work. For me, it's like this. If I don't have my instrument in my lap, I'm not earning. If I'm not earning, I'm screwed. So it's that thing about paying the bills. If I'm not earning, I'm screwed. So it's that thing about paying the bills.
But I think that since he had it for a while, all this stuff starts to get like that because you're already in your 10th year. Yeah, exactly. No, I didn't get it. I didn't have time.
I didn't have time.
And in some way also for the band, they even had a schedule. Me, Vinny, Casa, the following, man, we would go crazy. Because while it was, when we finished recording, there's no meeting of ours, right? Manasker, it would be a thing. The wave keeps coming, you can't get up to...
I got 5 months of the program, not even that, 4 months.
And then it went until the last season. It wasn't just 22. Today it ended. It was last year.
Because soon I went on tour for work.
In the past,
I had to make a choice between staying hired or hitting the road, right?
thinking about having Javan as a boss or another one of Javan. No doubt, right. And now there with the Alvon crew, it's all the same. My brother, March meant like a lot of stories, and I really enjoyed it. We're almost 2.5, 3 hours into the podcast. We could stay here much longer. I wanted, man, to give you a moment to say whatever you want if you want to leave a message for new bassists. This generation, well, we don't really have the habit of bringing bassists here. Okay, here for the program, but there are a lot of bassists who watch, man. All the time the guy says, hey, man, I wish you would bring more bassists. I'm a bassist, but I watch the guitarists. I enjoy it. So the world has changed a lot for someone who wants to live off the bass. Today, when you started back then at 14, 15 years old, it was a different world. Did you see all the changes? It's a guy today who wants to live off the bass. What tip can you give to the guy, or perhaps the advice?
That's really difficult, man, because there are a lot of things. And it would be about 3.5 hours of tips and advice for sure. But, you know, if there's one thing that I always hammer down there, on the same key, always, 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 each time with more strength, and I keep going to this day, I think that's the main key. It's to listen to everything. Because if you're a musician who wants to start your band, that you have a narrative that, and the music that you will compose together with your friends in this band that you will set up as a business is this. It's a thing, this is something completely different from wanting to be a kind of site where you want to record with as many things as possible, being participative in, and when you're eclectic. At most, do you really think you can possibly get away from me? I was born this way, man. That's what we were talking about. I already started. Things have always been happening. No, I didn't have any moment to stop. No. Next year, I'm going to focus. Things were happening that kept taking me. So I think my background is an atypical one. You know, it's not a reference that's going to be the same for a lot of people. There are going to be a lot of similar people. Just like there's Torcuato, we also have that thing, right? This connection and this similar thing from the beginning of a career, to walk like that. But I think for the vast majority who go through a music school, who want to go to a music college, or who need someone guiding that person a lot, he has to listen. Listen to everything. and to completely free yourself from any kind of prejudice in relation to forgetting prejudice. But I can't listen. Marisa and Marisa, you're going to listen to American country music. You're going to listen to this person. You're going to listen to that one. Who are the musicians playing with these people? Who are they? Bruno Mars really blew up. I've never heard of him. But who plays with him? Go look for that information. Try to a comprehensive file of musical literature. The bigger, the broader, the better it will be. This will always work as a school, as a learning experience, listening to others, and to understand what there is. For example, when I'm asked this, I say like this. Man, there are songs I listen to where I'm just waiting for the beginning of the coda, which has two phrases that I think are beautiful. The song won me over with its beautiful moment. When the solo comes, it's great. So if I'm not just going to listen to Van Halen's solo from the song, no, you listen to the whole song. And when the solo comes, you're like, cool, that was great. And then you want to hear it again. Listen to the whole song again. And I think that's what today's musician needs, to know how to listen, to dedicate yourself to listening to more things, everything that's possible.
Not just listening, but you also think that also goes for playing what you're listening to, trying to figure it out.
Keep the message in mind and act on it. You save that message, that information in your head, and you're still trying to execute it physically. You're going to have both sources, right? When you're asked, you have the resource. Listening is key. Listening to everything is really important, always. I personally think that's the basic path. More than just learning something, there are tutorials for everything these days on the internet. Wonderful teachers who have the didactics, who have the storytelling, who have the way of educating, who have the way of teaching you. You're going to end up finding someone who will teach you something. But your DNA, your signature, your sound brings your musical identity as the flowers you have in that garden. Your sound, what will bring your unique and beautiful musical identity is how many flowers you have in that vibrant garden. No, that's something I really think is important.